In Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know. Carl rings the bell and the members show to the GMP morning show. Featured guests will come and they will blow your mind. The audience will do so in kind. The little vanity mixed with some insanity on the morning show with GMP. Hey, you gumpers.
Hola, bon dia, alegria. Munson here with the Good Morning Portugal show live stream and podcast. Now, today, of course, is a very special day. It's a Feel Good Friday. Not just any old Feel Good Friday. It's a little bit of this.
Filomena Friday.
I need to learn the language to put me at ease.
Filomena Friday.
It's going to take time learning Portuguese.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Feel Good Friday.
Oh, yeah. Come on. How many coffees have you had this morning? Oh, Filomena doesn't drink coffee. There we go. Feel Good Friday. Filomena joining us in just a moment. Let's say a few hellos before we get started. And of course, when I opened the show with an Hola, bon dia, alegria, that was Filomena who gave us that many years ago now. I don't know, 25, 35, 45, 50 years ago when we first started on the Good Morning Portugal show. Alegria! So let's put the alegria into the bon dia, alegria this morning as we go into a bon fin semana. And yes, Colin's in this morning. Look, I see the weather has changed to our usual car testing weather. Yes, it always rains when Colin and I are lent a car by a notable manufacturer. And we go off and do a road test. It's always raining suddenly. So I don't know what we can do about that, apart from apologize maybe, Colin. So looking forward to our weekend, not our weekend away, really. We're not off for a romantic weekend in Paris again. Didn't work out so well last time. I think we only got as far as Leiria. Anyway, we are going to Viseu this weekend, or for an overnighter anyway, and a bit of filming tomorrow, which I'm really looking forward to with the amazing Austin brothers. Hold on a minute. Philomena's got something to show us here. Look, this is you coming ahead of your appearance this morning, Filomena. What's that? 18 degrees. Okay, that's our weather girl there, and that's our weather lady. And we'll have Filomena on in just a moment. Okay, so I think it's going to be sunny, is what we're being told by Maria, the weather lady, just there. In the TV studio for Miranda de Corvo as well. So yes, see you later on this afternoon. I don't know if we can say what car we're testing this weekend, can we, Colin? Because there's an embargo on it until they see the results of our review. We're not allowed to release a video until they've cleared it. Are we allowed even to say which car we're testing this weekend, Colin? What do you think? Do let me know. And if you think it's okay, maybe you could let everybody know what we're testing this weekend. And maybe it'll be our car of the week for next week. This week's car of the week has been the Ford Puma. And we have had a beautiful home property of the week, which was Fabrizio and Ian's, of course, which you'll have seen if you joined us on Tuesday night, the journey that they've made to Portugal and their adventure in Lisbon and their beautiful apartment, which is on the market now. And, of course, our Portuguese point of interest this week. I haven't said a great deal about it. Well, let's talk some more with Filomena about Óbidos, which is our point of interest. And, of course, if we're in Óbidos for our point of interest, our Portuguese treat has got to be ginger. We'll find out if Filomena likes a ginger. If she does, is it out of the glass or is it out of the chocolate cup? What's her favorite? Antonio F., good morning to you. How are you this morning? Good to see you here. Bon dia to the Swede in Portugal. Anna is also here. Still late summer here in Stockholm. Today, many people are attending the funeral. Sven Eriksson, of course, famous football coach. Beckham arrived yesterday. So rest in peace, Sven, a respected England manager and, of course, much loved football personality, sportsman, athlete. in Sweden as well, of course. Yes, we can say, look, we are testing a Lexus NX4. That sounds like a registration plate, not a model of a car. Oh, I shouldn't say anything bad, otherwise they won't let us release the video. It's a large upmarket SUV. Stick that up your market, SUV. Okay, NX 450H. What is it? 450 cubic meters. Is it how big? How big is it exactly? We're going to be rattling around in that, Colin. But anyway, that's our transport to Visio. Good to see you here this morning. Lord and Lady Travanka, also in, ladies and gentlemen, all rise, please, with Lord and Lady Travanka. And Pam. Pam's on holiday, right? From a warm and sunny Tabua. Tabua near Travanka, I wonder. There are one or two Tabuas, I think, here in Portugal. I'm not sure. Yes, there are. You can eat it as well as visit it. Too. So let's find out which, unless you don't want to say exactly which Tabua you're in this morning, Pam. And it's a bonita de graus here this morning, 17 degrees in Travanka this morning. Excellent stuff. Okay. And Pam, yes, something I have noticed that Filomena may have thoughts on. Many Americans seem to struggle with the nya sounds, amanya, for example, or ilya. Sometimes they drop the H. Sometimes they say a hard ho. Nobody likes a hard ho first thing in the morning. Right, let's find out what she has to say about that in just a moment. 4 litre. 4 litres! That's 2 litres each, Colin. That's extraordinary. And it's a plug-in hybrid. We must remember to disconnect it before we drive off. The car saga continues. Should have gone to Penny Car. The car saga continues. Love to hear your thoughts on the 2019 or 2020 Peugeot 3008 GT. Colin, can you let us know what you think about that? And yes, Coimbra district, Tabua. Okay, so near Oliveira do Hospital. That's the first place I visited when I came to Portugal. Can't believe it. Stayed on the Quinta das Abelhas there in Tabua. Lovely Tabua. Great market. I think on a Sunday, possibly. Lovely place. Anyway, what am I doing chatting here? Oh, Coach Turner and Deagle also in this morning. What am I doing keeping Filomena waiting? Let's play that tune, shall we? And bring her on for this morning.
Filomena Friday.
I need to learn the language to put me at ease.
Filomena Friday.
It's gonna take time learning Portuguese.
Filomena Friday.
I get confused nearly every day.
Filomena Friday.
How do I know which verb is okay?
Filomena Friday.
Practice those words so loud and clear.
Filomena Friday.
Here we go.
On
a Filomena Friday.
It's a day of cheer.
Filomena Friday.
Oh, yes. Here she is.
Olá, bom dia a
Olá,
todos.
bom dia.
Uma boa sexta-feira 13.
Oh, yes. Should we be in, now let me get this right, Montalegre this morning? Ideally. I got it right. Not Porto Alegre. Montalegre.
Muito bem, Carlitos.
Obrigado.
We should visit Montalegre today, yes, because in Montalegre the party starts at 13:13.
Of course.
So 13 minutes after 1 p.m. at
Yep.
13:13, the party starts, and it's going to be
A
very
party and
good
a
party.
half. Just when you thought you couldn't manage another party, here's one. And it's the party of all parties, some might say. And this is one of the things I wanted to talk to you about today. We'll make a note of this earlier comment from Pam. So thank you. The hard ho, which I think
You and the new.
we will come back to that because that's very important. And any other questions you've got about the language, we'd be happy to do. Well, I say we, Filomena will be happy to deal with here this morning. And cultural questions as well. I've got a technical question for you about MB Way that has remained unanswered in our community. So you might be able to help with that. Oh, Jess has joined us. And Karen and Mike also here. Bon dia to you. Bon dia, Jess. Good to see you here. We don't have James with us, but he might send us a question. He's actually having a weekend. He'll have a weekend to talk about on Monday there. So yes, this Sexta Tres, the Portuguese, are they naturally superstitious about Friday the 13th, or is it an import, a bit like Halloween?
No, it's not okay. I mean, it's nothing to do with Halloween, but it is our Halloween.
Yes, right.
It is our Halloween.
Very witchy, isn't it? Very witchy.
It's just because, a superstition of being an unlucky day, right?
Yes.
So this superstition of Friday the 13th being an unlucky day. And so in Montalegre, the Portuguese celebrate every Friday the 13th, every Friday the 13th. So
Yeah.
this is actually the first one of the year, because in 2024 we haven't had, I think, any other Friday the 13th. And now the next one is going to be in December. So in December the 13th is going to be another party in Montalegre.
Oh, what? So whenever there's a Friday the 13th, they celebrate.
Every Friday the 13th. It
I
doesn't
didn't know
matter.
that. I didn't know
Every
that.
Friday. Every
Look at it.
Friday the 13th. It doesn't matter if it's one in a year or two in a year or three in a year. Every Friday the 13th, there is a big celebration in Montalegre.
Okay, I've got that now.
In the north, by the way, okay?
Yes,
In the
well,
north, near the border to Spain.
We've had Manuel Ferreira join us this week, and he was telling us about Porto Alegre. So I will be bringing. Actually, we might, because not many people know Porto Alegre. I don't think, or it's not as famous as some other parts of
Well,
Portugal.
probably, but if you go down to the Algarve, you can pass Porto Alegre. But of course, on the national road, probably people don't use the national road a lot.
Yeah, you'll see a certain aspect of it, won't you? Like, where am I thinking? A branch. If you pass, yeah, if you think you know a branch by passing it on the main
No.
road, you do not know a branch, do you? You know a power station. So yeah, you need to check this. So
Yeah, you just go down and okay.
That's what it's like, a branch. Okay, we've done a branch. You haven't. You've got to get up the hills there and have a look.
Yeah,
'Cause
well,
it's beautiful.
every
Absolutely
town.
beautiful.
I
Yeah,
think every town, every city, if you just pass in the center, you don't see everything.
no, that's right. So I think Porto Alegre will be our point of interest. Let's make that so. Manuel, thank you very much for your suggestion of that. But this is Montalegre, and that's an amazing.
Montalegre.
That's incredible that every Friday the 13th they do this party.
Every Friday the 13th.
Have you been, Filomena? I think you have.
I have, yes.
Yeah, of course
yes.
you have. Yeah.
I have.
How does it work? Do people dress up as witches to go to that? Is that the
Some
standard?
people do, yes, some people do. And it's actually, as I said, it's actually as if it was Halloween. So
Yes.
if you want to dress up, you dress up. There are lots of entertainers in the street, so you can find all sorts of witches and wizards and skeletons and things like that.
Yep.
Coffins. I don't know if you remember. Once I showed you a photo of mine. I was in a coffin. But,
Do you know? For some reason, I don't remember. Actually, I
Yeah,
do. It's coming back to me now. Yes.
it was
Yes.
a coffin was there. Afterwards, and I went in the coffin and I took a picture. And Mac, remember my friend Mac?
I
from
do
Luciano?
remember it now. I do remember it now. Here,
And
here are some
so
of the.
we took some pictures in the coffin, and yeah, so that's and they have amazing shows.
Yeah.
Very, very good shows in the castle, because
Yes.
they have also a fantastic castle. And so lots of Spanish come to see
Do
this
they?
because it's right next to the border, as I said.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good opportunity to meet other people. You drink a lot.
Do you?
No. No, it's not usual in Portugal to drink a lot, is it? But
Well, you
But-
say that. You say that. It's not a bingey culture. Over time, you do drink a lot, don't you? Because it's little many a mickle makes a muckle, as it were. So yes, but it's not drunken, is it? It's just pleasant.
No. But I mean, and of course we drink, but of course we eat a lot. We
Oh,
also
yes.
eat a lot. So
Oh yes.
you-
That's another thing this morning.
that helps not to be.
Yeah. Well, talking
Okay.
about
Don't
eating.
Don't
I'm not
turn
turning.
it.
No,
don't turn
I'm
it.
not turning it for me. Don't worry, because there are two reasons why I'm not turning this upside down this morning.
Okay.
The first is I think it is up. No, it's not upside down. The first reason is because I'm not looking for a partner in Mercadona. Right. I'm not looking for for opportunities of that kind. But also, apparently, when I came down, I was showing this on the webinar last night because we were laughing about pineapples for the last 2 weeks on the Expats
Mhm.
Portugal webinar and Dream Team.
Yeah.
this, if you cut the bottom off it and turn it upside down, the juice starts to run out of it because it's an Azorian ananas.
If it's an Azorian one, it's a good one.
It's the fragrance is incredible.
Yes.
And it had seeped overnight. I came down this morning and it was in a little pool of pineapple juice on the desk. This is the juiciest pineapple I've ever seen, because I think it might be hard for you to imagine, but if you grow up in England and you get given a pineapple, or you buy a pineapple from the supermarket, it's the driest, old, unjuicy thing you could ever imagine. You think, oh, this is lovely and sweet compared to other experiences in England. This is next level.
But if you go to the Azores, because it's not if, it's when you go to the Azores, you have to go and visit the plantations, because there are a couple of them in São Miguel, on the island of São Miguel, the biggest island. And you can visit where the pineapples are growing, and they can, in at least in one of them, you can have a person explaining, and they also have signs with the explanations. Because the whole process takes 2 years.
That's right. That's right.
2 years. It takes 2 years for a pineapple to be ready to be eaten. So
yes, that's why it's so juicy, so sweet, so fragrant, and so expensive. They are among the most expensive.
Because they're on the process. There are lots of things that should be done. Smoking, and lots of things.
Yeah, very good, very good. Jackie's with us. She's near you, I think. Bon dia, Gumpers. In airport with a heavy heart. Oh, you're already going. But we'll be back very, very soon. Don't bring Marmite and HP sauce. It's technically a liquid. Have a fab show. Enjoy the weekend. Oh, Jackie, that was quick.
Boa viagem. Boa viagem, Jackie.
Must have flown by for you as well. Okay. Bon dia, Lady Filomena from Antonio F this morning.
Bon dia, Lord Antonio.
And PT Country Bear, for the first time in 5 years, my waiter used the word pont to refer to the doneness of my steak. Very good. What are some of the ways a waiter might ask that question? So how would you like your steak done? One of the descriptions is dead, isn't it? I think. Or oh no, when it's blue, what's that one called? When it's ultra rare. Okay, we'll have to come back to that.
I must say that the word pont, referring to a steak.
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
he might have been talking about something else entirely, and not your steak.
Either it's. Where does he live?
This is in central Portugal.
Central Portugal.
Yeah, and this wasn't in the Azores or Madeira. Someone might explain it.
Wanted to refer to the doneness of my steak. Or maybe no ponto, maybe. No ponto.
On point.
Not pont. I mean, I've never heard the word ponto referring to a steak.
Very interesting.
Probably it's no ponto. As he wanted the steak, it's está no ponto. If the question is, então, está no ponto, is it good like that? It's so that might be it. No ponto.
Okay. All
but
right.
not pont. Pont is a bridge, and a bridge referring to a steak, I've never heard.
I can't make a connection, even in my mind. I can't make a connection between a bridge
Maybe
and
a steak that comes like this.
Yes, or you know how they have fancy ways of serving things on a roof.
Yes, you never know.
It might come on a little replica bridge of the 25 de Abril bridge.
A Roman bridge, maybe. A Roman bridge, maybe.
Which has been heated in the oven. So it's a hot stone bridge, and they put the steak on top of the bridge. And you've got to eat the steak before it crosses the side.
Everything is possible nowadays, so who knows?
Oh, and the waiter might not have been from a Portuguese colony. Oh, he might have been from a Portuguese colony. Oh, is it a Brazilian reference possibly there? That could be. All right. Well,
maybe. I mean, it could be.
Team effort on that this week and this month with Filomena. So ordering steak in Portugal, we'll have a look at that. I might read the leaflet as a little bit of Portuguese comprehension and pronunciation, because there's a Portuguese paragraph there that I can
Looking
read.
forward to it.
I sent you a video as well this morning. That's another comprehension exercise. But is it all right play it. They're not swearing at the end. I couldn't understand the punchline of that
I,
joke.
I actually I didn't have the time to. I saw that you sent me, but I didn't.
okay.
Watch.
Let's play it and see the look on your face. All right, let's go.
Pessoal, boa tarde. Hoje é sexta-feira e eu tenho uma informação muito importante para vocês.
Miron, hoje é quinta.
Ah, então me informa amanhã.
Now I got everything up, so it's savoury. It's not rude. They're not being naughty.
No, it's not.
All right. So
No.
People, I've got something important to share with you on this Friday.
Because it's Friday, yes.
Yes.
Today's Friday, and I have something important to tell you.
Yes,
And then the
however,
other day-
it's Thursday, mate. It's Thursday.
and then, okay, I'll tell you tomorrow then.
Okay, one more time.
Pessoal, boa tarde. Hoje é sexta-feira e eu tenho uma informação muito importante para vocês.
Miron, hoje é quinta.
Ah, então me informa amanhã.
Okay, I get it now. Thank
It's
you.
a very, very important information, but okay, it's
It's
okay.
gonna have to be tomorrow.
If today's not Friday, okay, then tomorrow.
Well, that's great because I was ahead of your arrival today. I put up a meme alongside it. It's Friday, and like, okay, no, it's not. We're just practicing. So we're on the same page. Are those two lads Portuguese celebrities? Have you seen them before?
Brazilians.
Oh, they're Brazilians. Okay, Brazilian celebs there. Okay, fantastic. Thank you for decoding that for us. Back to the questions and the comments in the chat. Okay, and talk about cars as well in there. Oh, Algarve Laura is also saying hi to you. Good morning, bon dia, Filomena. And Peter, this year I have the honor of being on the Festa organizing group in the village. That's a good idea, isn't it? And I had no idea how many events there are. Yeah, he just thought he was working on the bar one time. But now it turns out Pete is on every bar throughout the year. No, that's a great idea, isn't it? In getting involved in the local community, Filomena, joining the Festa.
It is a great idea, because you. Sorry about my voice. I have been working until 1 a.m. and now.
This morning.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you. Okay.
I've been translating. I've been translating until 1
my
a.m.
word. Okay.
So my voice is not the best today, but I haven't not woken up.
I've got a little bit of honey in my tea this morning. I recommend it.
I also have lots of honey.
Yeah, good.
Lots of honey. Yeah. So yes, as I was saying, as Pete does, it's a very good idea to take part in your local festa. You can help. You can volunteer to do something to, for example, Pete were a barman, and it's always a good idea to. It's a part of it's a way for you to be part of the community, the
Yes.
local community, and they appreciate you. They also appreciate that. Instead of you being a foreign, like a tourist, it's okay, I'm here just to watch. At least you are part of it, so they regard you better in the sense of they regard you as a member of the community.
Wonderful. So great idea. Well done, Pete. Yeah, and rather than being a consumer or a viewer, you're getting involved. And also, I guess on the night of an event, if you're behind the bar, your Portuguese is going to be tested, and you're going to develop some skills
I
that way.
think by the end of the festa, you will be fluent.
Very good. Is that guaranteed? No. Right.
Depends on the drinks you take.
It does. Yeah, you will believe you're fluent. that's a slight difference, but it's good enough. Antonio, Pete answers Antonio here. Not this time, not on the bar. Organizing raffles, Halloween party, a Fado night, and so many other events. So busy trying not to misread messages. You'll soon be told, I'm sure, in a very nice way, if you get anything wrong there, because the show must go on, and you're going to be an important part of it. And apologies to you for not getting back to Filomena as well, says Peter.
No problem.
In trouble.
Whenever you like. I visited Pete. I was with Pete recently.
Okay, is he up to date with his homework? Do we need to tell him off? He needs to be told off live on
He's
air.
doing fine, and Diane as well. Diane.
Muito bem, todos. Okay. Because I said a todos. What happens? What's both? I've never heard anyone say like, "Well done, both of you." Muito bem.
Ambos.
Ambos.
Estão ambos a fazer bom trabalho.
Very good. Ambush. So that's a new one then. Write that down. Okay, fantastic. Jackie, don't know the difference between all the pastries. You've got plenty of time to find out the difference. Don't worry about that. And hope for the best. Had a gobful of meat. 45 years of vegetarian. It's not good. And it was not on purpose, I could tell. I don't, as far as I'm aware, there aren't any pastries that have got meat. Well, I guess there are pasties, aren't there, in empadas?
Yeah, but pastry. I mean, if they
It
are
shouldn't
sweet,
be-
they
it
they
shouldn't
won't
be.
they won't have meat. No,
No,
but
they
you have
shouldn't.
to because usually the pastry shops they have sections of savory and then sweet things, right? So
Unless
you
it
have
was,
to be careful because sometimes the empadas, as you said, the empadas, rissoles, and things like that, they look very appealing, but they are not sweet, right?
they do look very appealing. It's my favorite in my local is the
Yeah, I
empada
also
de
like it.
frango. There's the place in São Paulo, Portugal. There's the most amazing chicken pie, and to get a para levar to take some home for the family as well. I think they know me as the chicken pie guy. I, not the
Yeah.
best, not the best nickname, but I'll take it anyway. But yes, I don't know how that happened, Jackie. Mate, did you have the pastel de nata con chorizo? Maybe that's that's.
Could be. Could be.
Bear with us, Filomena, while we talk about cars for a moment. Barrack's
Mhm.
getting a review from Colin on the
Mhm.
3008. I remember when it was a 308. Now it's a 3008. Good family size 5-door hatchback. Some people have a problem with that is called the iCockpit. It has a very small, low steering wheel, which makes it difficult to read the dash. The things Colin knows. Quite
Mhm.
amazing. Okay, and some props, some respect for the beautiful village of Travanca from Jackie to Lord and Lady Travanca. What a beautiful village you have. So Jackie must have passed through there as well on her tour. Right, back to steak and ordering steak in Portugal. He could
He
have
could have
said,
said, yeah,
um,
yeah, no ponto, no ponto,
right,
no
yeah.
ponto, no ponto, meaning the right way, the done as you wish. No
Well, it
ponto.
sounds like on point, doesn't it? The phrase on
Yeah,
point. No
on
ponto.
point. Yeah,
Yeah. So that's not a description of how,
and
but
in
like
mumbles.
how
And
how how would you like it? Yes. Okay.
yeah.
So what happened in the end, Marcus? Did you get the kind of steak you wanted, or was it burnt to a crisp instead of nice and rare, or was it rare and you might have liked it a little
Yeah,
bit better
tá
done?
no ponto,
No
which
point.
means perfect. No ponto.
Ah, okay, so on point there.
Yeah.
And we've got Julie Foxes. I haven't spoken with Julie or been in touch for a long time. Uh, I thought she might have a guide to ordering steak. Oh, she's ordering like a local rather than talking about steak here. We'll find something on the various degrees of
Yeah, but
steak. Can you help us with
But
that? With like a
if
medio
I
or
may,
rare?
if I may, sorry to interrupt, but if I may, speaking about the meat, that how you want the meat, you
Yes,
could ask. So if you want rare, you have to say mal passado,
mal
mal
passado. There you go. Yeah,
mal
yeah,
mal passado. I can write it mal
very good. Okay.
passado.
Yeah,
Okay, so the mal passado is rare.
yeah.
And then medium is just médio,
Medio.
médio.
Yeah.
And then bem passado. Bem passado is well done. Okay?
Okay.
So you
All
just
right.
have to remember mal or bem for bad and good and well, right?
Yes.
So well done, bem passado. And mal passado and médio. No ponto, on the other that is no ponto, doesn't indicate exactly how you want the steak. But if the waiter says está no ponto, meaning is it the way you would like it to be? So the
There you
no
go.
ponto, as I said, if you say está no ponto, meaning perfect, it's just the way I like it.
There you
So
go. That
that is
answers that
no
question.
ponto.
Very good.
Está no
Okay.
ponto.
Yeah. All right. That's great. We're loving these scenarios. If you've got any like this, I've got one actually I want to share. But if you've got any situations where you've been left scratching your head, this is the perfect opportunity to share those with Filomena, who, bless her, is struggling after a late night of translation. Thank you very much for muting to cough from time to time. If you want a 5-minute break, you let me know, Filomena. If you need to go and check it,
It's
all right.
just my throat that is
All right,
warming
fair
up.
enough. You and me both. You and me both. And Mrs. M was talking about this, how we use our voices a lot, and how you have
Yeah.
to rest your voice and take care of it, of course, and less of the hard coughing. Mrs. M was telling me, which is a habit I'm into, I have to say. He was asking how I wanted it done, and I asked for mal pasado, so you know what to ask for there. It was just the other part of the conversation, and it was done correctly, very good. So it was na ponto, este na ponto.
Yeah, no ponto.
He was mumbling, so it was hard to understand his question. Oh,
Yes,
poor bloke.
so he was asking if it was no ponto, meaning is it the way you wanted it to be?
Muito bem. Okay. All right. And I've got all the lovely ways which I shall put into the chat about ordering steak. And that was the one I do remember now. Mal pasado actually sounds like quite a almost an uncomplimentary way of talking, like badly passed, literally, right?
Badly passed, yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, yes, it is badly passed and
Yes.
well passed.
Yes. And you're thinking, I'm going to order a badly passed steak now. But anyway,
It passed very badly.
yes, but I almost half-heartedly past the flames of the grill, maybe. And those descriptions are going in.
Yes.
Into the chat now.
To pass on the grill in a very, very quickly.
Yes, sorry about the lack of gaps there, but you've got mal pasado, you've got medio, and
Medio,
bem pasado. All right. And is there any snobbery around that? When my dad was alive, he would ask for a cremated steak. He liked it charred. Now, for a chef, I think it's that upsets chefs, doesn't it? Chefs like to cook a rare steak, I think, generally speaking, maybe.
Yeah, that's why I don't usually eat beef. At least in a restaurant, I very rarely eat beef because beef should be rare. I mean, a beef steak should be rare, and I hate seeing the blood. And
Do you?
I hate it. No, I don't.
Interesting. Okay, because we had a meal with Sarah from Spartan FX earlier this week in a new a restaurant, a really nice restaurant in San Martino de Porto. I'd not been in there before. It was entirely different inside to how it looked outside, and I think that's not unusual in Portugal. You know, if you're from another culture and you judge the book by its cover, which you do, I think, when you're a foreigner, it's a big mistake, isn't it?
Not in Portugal. No.
Never judge a restaurant by how it looks outside. You can't do that here, can you? Because you're going to miss out, as we did. We've lived here forever, and we've never been in this place because we walked past it and thought, no, I don't think so. And we walked in, it was like walking into like a London or Tokyo decor inside, and all these fancy dishes with some really funny play on words that Portuguese love to do. I think play on words on the menu, and we had some very rare steak, which I think was a little bit too scary for the ladies. I really enjoyed it, but yeah, that position you're talking about. No,
I don't. No.
Fair enough. In the USA, one phrase for a rare steak in the USA is just walk it across the grill. So
okay.
And char it on the outside. Not for Filomena on this occasion.
No, not for me. I like it well done.
Very good. Okay, so let's stay with America and Americans now. And we'll go back to that earlier question. Great question from Pam. Pam's always great when it comes to the language. Yes. So what's going on here, do you think, Filomena?
Well, it's a sound that, two sounds that don't exist in English. So in English, you don't have the sound y and the sound ny.
Yeah.
So you have to learn those sounds because, so if you drop the H, for example, if you drop the H, there is a difference between, I'm going to give you an example.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I think the Americans sometimes go, yeah, when they're not sure about something. Yeah, it's quite close, isn't it? But not entirely. Right.
Can you put that on the?
I will. That's going into the chat now. I thought I was beginning to have cold sweats because I thought it was going to be cabalera. No.
It's close, but no.
Right.
So, for example, you have cavaleiro and you have cavalheiro, and the H makes the whole difference, right?
Doesn't it just? One more time, please. One more time.
Cavaleiro, cavalheiro.
Oh,
Cavaleiro, cavalheiro. Cavaleiro, cavalheiro.
Filomena, please hold on 1 minute. We can see you're not doing this at home. So when Filomena says something, please repeat at home. We can see you.
Cavaleiro,
That's better. Cavaleiro,
cavalheiro.
cavalheiro. Oh, little bit of. Oh, it went too
Cavalheiro.
much. Cavalheiro. Leiro.
Leiro, cavalheiro.
Leiro. Yeah.
So the difference in the meaning is that cavaleiro comes from cavalo. What is cavalo?
A horse.
A horse. So it's
Yes.
a horse rider. Cavaleiro is a horse rider, and cavalheiro is a gentleman.
Really? That's a lovely derivation. So presumably a horse riding gentleman originally, not a Peugeot
It's
driver.
cavalheiro, cavalheiro.
Yes, a gentleman on a horse. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we need to know that word because we need to uphold
Cavalheiro,
service.
cavalheiro. Yeah.
Cavaleiro. Okay.
Mhm.
Very
So
good.
that's the sorry, but that's why the H, the sound of le, is important. Lots of people pronounce bacalhau, right?
Yes.
Instead of bacalhau, it should be bacalhau.
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 Bacalhau. Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
But even the Spanish, they say bacalhau.
Do they? How dare they? Okay. So you can be a gentleman horse rider for sure. That would be a cavaleiro on a cavaleiro.
Of course.
course.
There is cavalheiro.
There is
Yeah.
no better gentleman.
And
than
I'm sure Barack is an excellent cavalheiro.
He is. Do you know what? Barak, can you let me know if I can share the information that you've been sharing with us on a Tuesday night about where you're going and how you're going there, how you will be attired? Barak, give me permission, if you will, in the chat, because I think Filomena and
Well,
the rest of
I
us.
can guess how.
Okay. We're all very proud of you. And I think others will be when they find out about it as well, too. So that's good. So that's a great explanation, Filomena, that if we don't have a sound in our original culture, it becomes a little bit difficult.
Yes, yeah.
But
You
then-
just have to learn to pronounce it.
learn- good.
Yeah.
Well, that's right, because if you get that wrong and you say to a Portuguese friend, I want to go gentleman riding, you could get yourself in all sorts of trouble. You must learn the difference between them. Or to say, to shake someone's hand and say, sir, you're a gentleman, and call them a horse. You do not want that to happen. And I think I'll be including this, Filomena, on my Carl's karaoke Portuguese, right? So we'll be singing pronunciation. So for this one, I think we'll go for Cavaleiro, Cavaleiro.
Cavalheiro.
And that's how we're going to learn together. It'll be out.
Why
of-
not?
It'll
Yeah,
be out.
very good.
Okay. All right. Yes, you may share. So he is going to Golgal, which of course at the moment he's calling Galega.
Because he hasn't asked me yet. Because I teach
yes.
him,
Golgan.
but he hasn't asked me yet.
Really? Okay.
Golgan.
Golgan. And he's going to be dressed as a gentleman, as a cavaleiro, when he's in his cavaleiro in Golgan. And he's going to be dressed up in those beautiful, tight-fitting horseman attire. What do they call them? Apparel in the United States. He's going to look amazing with his jaunty.
I have to see that.
And he's chosen some bold colors as well, I think, to be on horseback. So he's going to stand out. He's going to be the Texan on horseback at Golgan. He's going to stand out.
I'll look for a Texan in Golgan.
We think he's going. I have not been saying it the way you did, Carl. Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm sure you did the first time. We all did the first time, but forgive me.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, probably
It was
before he started lessons with me. Maybe
Exactly.
it was before.
And now, of course, he just says Golgan.
Golgan. Yeah.
All right. We'll test that again next Tuesday night. That's if you're not too upset with me to come back next Tuesday night for the Portugal Club. Right. Happy to be Italian, as we do have those sounds. Gne and Lil in Italian. Can we have some examples, please? I'm trying to think of food-related examples from Italy, which are always my favorite reference.
Gne.
Yeah.
But
Well, a
the gne in Italian it's a G and an N.
Buongiorno. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Maybe.
But that is giorno. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I'm sure she'll tell us.
Right?
I'm sure we will be told. Okay. And Manuel, that I was telling you about, is here now. Morning to you, Manuel Ferreira. Bon dia, GMP. Carl, today was the ideal day to watch at least a 3-minute video. It's difficult, Manuel. I've decided that Porto Alegre is going to be a point of interest next week, and I will find some video. It's difficult sometimes for me to play other people's videos on the show because they get upset about it if I haven't asked for their permission, and YouTube might give me a strike.
I think we are having some problems with internet, don't you think? I mean, sometimes I lose you. I don't know.
Yeah, we did.
Is it just me?
I think it's passed now. I think we're okay. We have a slight delay possibly, and I think our technicians are working on it as we speak to put it right. Today was the ideal day to watch at least 3-minute video of Porto Alegre. I promise you, we will have Porto Alegre as our point of interest next week because I would like to find out more about it. So I will get back to you on that, and you will see it in the opening sequence of Good Morning Portugal next week because you'll have seen we've got Obidos or Obich in our opening sequence. We had Porto the week before, and we will have Porto Alegre next week. So don't worry. Due to the presence of our friend Filomena, who would certainly help me interpret it. Obrigado. So, and we did talk a little bit earlier on about Porto Alegre, and we will do some more next week.
Yeah.
Pete?
And Alentejo is also a part of Portugal that is worth a visit. Sometimes people don't think of Alentejo as a way to visit, a place to visit, but it is, and especially if you like food and wine.
Well, put me down for some of that because yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm not sure about
food and wine. Yeah.
Well, another thing that's been on our radar that you might want to comment on is this 0 alcohol wine. We like wine, we like food. We want to go to the Alentejo, but I'm not sure we ever want to try this.
Yes, I have seen the show where you spoke about it, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Is that the one in the supermarket with the cobwebs on it that they've had in stock?
Probably, most probably.
Is. Okay, so we're not sure about that. My nephew Connor, says Pete, is visiting us next year, and we're wondering if Filomena had a suggestion for a name replacement due to its. So, Senor, I think maybe Senor Bleach instead.
Maybe
we have a little thread running of changing people's names because that's a classic for language teachers, isn't it? Is in the first lesson you find out what your name is in the local language, and you learn how to say, Shemo Carlos or whatever.
Yeah, it's like Linda, for example. If your name is Linda, you are always beautiful in Portugal.
You're always going to be beautiful in Portugal, absolutely. Beautiful. And I'm thinking of Lindas who are right now. Yes, absolutely. Okay, I afraid not. I did suggest Maria, but his dad. That's going to cause him even more problems. But yes, I think it is a little difficult if you're called Connor coming to Portugal. And is there anything that approximates to Connor? And what's the derivation of that, Pete? I wonder where that comes from. It's a Celtic name. Presumably, so if it's a Celtic name, if it's a Celtic name, it must have a
it can call him Coronel, the Colonel.
There you go. We've sorted that. Another
Coronel,
problem.
Coronel. Hey, oh, Coronel.
Coronel. There you go. Please report that back to Ireland, maybe, and to let us know how that goes. Okay. We're all right with Barak. Phew. Yes, Filomena, you have helped tremendously. That's great.
Oh, I'm glad I did. Thank you.
So it looks like we will be able to use that. I'll check it out, Manuel, and we will make sure Porto Alegre is well and truly on our map for this next coming week. And the difference between a carrot and a woman as well.
That's
also
right. In the pronunciation, yes, to sonora and signora.
That's another great example.
Sonora,
yes.
Signora. That is, yes, that can be a problem if you want a kilo of ladies. Yes.
Kilo of ladies. Forget
quilo
about
de senhoras.
forget about upside down pineapples. You just ask for
But
a
of
kilo
course,
of ladies.
it's more likely that you call a carrot a lady some carrot. So you can say, "Good morning, my
A
carrot."
dear carrot. Well, that would work for my red-haired lady here. I quite like.
The
It sounds like,
senhora.
it sounds like a Monty Python sketch show, doesn't it? You, sir, are a horse, and your good lady is a carrot. And what about
Yeah,
this one?
very good.
What about this one?
Filho filho, filho and filho.
Is that pastry?
Filho, well, filho, it can be about the part, yeah, phyllo, it's phyllo in pastry, but filho, yeah, and filho, okay, filho and filho, both with the age, because filho is that pastry at Christmas, especially at Christmas. And in different parts of Portugal, they have different shapes. They can be round like balls here in central Portugal, in Coimbra area, but also in central Portugal. But to the east, to Castelo Branco, Covilhã, Fundão, they have the filhóis pichada. They call it filhóis pichada because it's stretched, so it's like a crepe. Well,
Okay.
the shape of a crepe. Actually, Peter has already done it. In Pampilhosa da Serra, we had a workshop on filhóis pichada, and he was a volunteer to go for it and
Good
make
lad.
the dough for the filhó.
Well done. Well done.
And filho, of course, is his son.
Yes. Okay. Very good. Filio, of course, is that I do remember what you're talking about. It's like a donut almost, isn't it? In some parts of the country, dipped in sugar, right? Or
Filhó,
sugar,
the
yeah.
filhó.
Yes.
Yes, you can say that.
All right. How much for a kilo? I think we're going to get a lot of trouble, aren't we, if we start talking about how much
How
it
much
costs for a
for a
kilo
kilo?
of women. But let's kilo of ladies. Just don't want to marry a carrot. I mean, that is, if we ever make a sitcom, we have got some great material of expats in Portugal with the sitcom.
Yeah.
That's great. Sorry, I lost you. Okay, so maybe there are a few wobbles.
Lasagna.
Lasagna.
Yes, lasagna and
Alho.
pasta aglio. Yeah. All
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Ooh.
what I said. Lasagna, the the GN. Remember that I told you that the sound would be with different letters, but yes, the sound is the same. Lasagna. Yeah.
Yeah. Americans, I'm
Lasagna.
sure, I do say yeah, but they mean something entirely.
Yeah.
Wine with no alcohol is grape juice. That's right, and I think that's what Antonio Barbosa said. That's for children.
Yes.
Heaven is here. Heaven, don't speak Rome in Rome forum. I don't understand that, but anyway.
Don't
And
speak
Barack
Rome.
always wants a kilo of ladies, so it's fine. You can say what you want. It's senora. Go ahead, and yes, US dollars. We're not going to get into that right now, Heaven. But thank you for being here this morning. I was meaning
as in
phyllo.
the pastry, yeah, phyllo, yeah, pasta phyllo.
Well,
I
fair-
encountered someone. Mm-hmm.
Okay, encountered someone saying it like this, but actually was talking about her son.
Filho, yes.
Oh, I can
Because
eat it. I can eat it right now. What? Oh yes, the pastry. Right. Okay. Fair enough.
I think that in the pastry, as far as I know, we don't say it phyllo. I think we say phyllo, a pasta phyllo, as
Phyllo,
far as I know.
All right. Now, I had wondered if we might go cultural now. A little bit. This is quite specific. I made a video a long time ago, Filomena, about using the wonderful MBWay app, which is very convenient. I think it's quite world leading in many ways. Maybe just the Portuguese and the Chinese have such advanced use of the mobile phone in financial transactions. And a question came up on there. It's had quite a few views actually on the Good Morning Portugal YouTube channel. And Harmon here. There are two questions. Can you connect an international card to make payments on this app? I think they have to be Portuguese banks for it to work on MBWay. Oh, and Filomena's demonstrating now. Yes, there it is. And that's one of your cards there on there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
On the top there, and that's how you link your card. But it must be a Portuguese card.
Yes.
And then how to get your money back if you send it to the wrong number. So let's explain first of all how it works. You can send money by phone, can't you?
Yeah. You can just you have this enviar dinheiro,
Yes,
enviar dinheiro, right?
Yes, yeah.
And with this enviar dinheiro, you click on it, and if you click on it, then you have, for example, the list from your phone list, right?
Yes, yeah.
So you have all the numbers, and then you just click on the name, or you put the number,
Right. And so just as an experiment,
So, for example, Carl.
well, look, try it now. I've put it on the screen there, Filomena. 913.
Carl,
Yes, I'm on there.
Carl,
Yes,
and I have your number, and if I clicked here, I
Yeah.
could send. I
Go
can send
on. Let's demonstrate how it works.
zero.
Thank you very
Zero.
much.
Okay,
Yes. Well,
I'll send to you 0.
very good. Thank you. It's the thought that counts. It is the thought that counts. But isn't that clever? You see, so you've got your
Yeah.
address book and people's phone numbers, and their card details. The banking system is tied into the number, which makes complete sense, doesn't it?
And
to
then
do it.
I can just type. Imagine €5. Okay, are you happy?
It's getting better. Yeah, it's getting better. It's getting
€5.
better. Yeah.
And then I can also write a description. For example,
Yes.
imagine that I was paying for
Here's that fiver I owe you.
something.
Yes. I never
I
want to.
can-
I don't want to see you again. Here's your fiver. Go.
I was paying for 1 kilo de cenoura.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
A
Yes.
very expensive one, but
That's
okay.
right. They were
3
delicious.
kilos of cenoura.
Yes.
And I can write here, of course, and then continue, and then you
As
will
simple
get
as
my
that.
€5.
Yeah. And this is great, isn't it, for market traders, for all sorts of people who don't have card processing, because you there's no charge either, is there, for using?
No.
Which
Not
that's
that I
good.
know of. No.
It's saying,
no.
yeah, just if you send a fiver, you get a fiver out of your account. It goes to the other person. There's no transaction fee.
Which doesn't happen, for example, with PayPal, because PayPal charges. That's why, for example,
Exactly.
when for example, the Americans sometimes they pay me with PayPal. It's
Yes.
easier for them, but
It hurts as well.
PayPal has some fees.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, all the processors do. If you use Stripe, they really are. They're very parasitical, and they take far too much for doing very little, I think. But anyway, it's a brilliant system here in Portugal.
But apart from MBWay, something has also changed in bank transfer.
Really?
If you want to have a bank transfer, you can also use the person's phone number instead of the IBAN.
Is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
and it's called SPIN.
Spin.
SPIN. Spin.
Okay, which
It's called
obviously
the
stands
spin.
for something clever as well.
So if you want to do a bank transfer with SPIN instead of IBAN, so you choose SPIN instead of IBAN,
I
and
didn't know that.
you just insert the phone number, and it's the same as the MBWay.
Very
It goes. Try now.
Well, no one's trying it. No one's trying it for a minute. So if you're watching this later on playback, it will still
You can
work.
try.
It still works later on. It doesn't have to be live on the show right now. But for this gentleman who asked this question, Harman Kambodge VM, 42, it's a catchy name. And what happens if you send the money to the wrong number? Is there any recourse on that?
Well, probably, but
that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Be careful is the advice.
Let me have a look at the MBWay here.
Okay.
Maybe there is a way.
I bet that's a popular department to work in. I've just sent.
There is something that says pedir dinheiro. So
you can ask for it as well. Okay. Oh, you could ask for your money back, having it sent it to the wrong person.
And by the way, you can also donate Ser Solidário. Sorry, I have to go. So Ser Solidário is one of the options as well.
Very good. So give to charity, all sorts of wonderful things. It sounds like you can tie it to your body functions as well with MB Pulse.
Well, if I click on ask for money, it says ask for money to a friend or to a relative.
That would be the first thing to do. You've got their number, text them and say, look, I'm awfully sorry.
Yes,
that 5,000 I just sent you.
You have to dial the number to whom you want to ask for money. And then if the person accepts, then the money comes to your account.
Right,
That's
there
it.
you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Being paid will cost a pride. I'm not sure what you mean there, Heavy.
And you can also pay, for example, with the QR code, right? The QR code.
Look at it. There's so many ways of
So
moving money around.
imagine you go to Lidl,
Yeah.
right? And then
Estima dos
you
clientes.
can put estimados clientes, vamos abrir a caixa 2. And then you can put the QR reader
Yeah.
on top of the QR, of course, and it's paid for. You don't have to
Really?
dial anything.
Incredible. It's not long now, and we'll just be able to think about paying somebody and it will be paid. So be careful when that happens. Right. Okay. Do you know what? We're coming to the last 5 minutes of the show. We've got a God Squad tip of the day, and we've got some lovely events that Andy has sent to us. We'd love to find out what you're doing this weekend. Let us know. How's your Bon Fin Semana looking? Let us then go to the God Squad tip of the day and honor the coaches' efforts. Oh, Diga was in also early on at 8:20. 2 degrees overnight. Oh my goodness, it's really getting colder in Belfast. And the coach, Bon dia, Carl and Gumpers for Sexta. Not quite freezing here in Hertfordshire, but definitely autumnal. Hope everyone. Do you know we haven't even talked about preparing for autumn and winter? We got sidetracked, and there's no more time now.
And do you know the temperatures for this week and next week in Miranda?
Is it a San
I'm going
Martin?
to tell you the temperatures. Okay,
Oh,
for today
yes.
in Portuguese, 31.
Okay, very good. Yeah.
Sábado, 31. Domingo, 34. Segunda-feira, 35. Terça-feira, 33. Quarta-feira, 31. So, do you think this is autumn?
No. Okay, that's why we haven't spoken about preparing for autumn or winter, because it's not happening yet. Okay.
It's not happening. It's
All right.
between 31 and 35 degrees for next week.
Very good. Okay. Hope everyone has a great weekend ahead. Mine involves lots of cars from Stuttgart. Thank you for that weather report, by the way. So a San Martino summer is on the way. Stuttgart, is that is that Porsche headquarters? God Squad tip of the day, continuing the theme from yesterday. Squats can be a problem for some due to restricted mobility in the ankles. This can cause knees to fold inwards as they bend. Not good. No, but an interesting dance move. However, it is possible for most to improve ankle flexibility through a couple of simple exercises. Firstly, stand up by a wall and put one foot up against it, toe pointing up. Don't try this at home on a freshly painted one. Then gradually lean forward and you should feel a gentle stretch in your ankle. Repeat a few times, change legs and do the same on the other ankle. For the second exercise, standing up, take a step forward, make sure the heel of your rear foot remains on the floor, then gradually lower your hips by bending your knees a little. These are all going to look good on the dance floor, I think. When you feel
I'm already exhausted. I'm exhausted.
Okay, all right, you can sit this one out. When you feel your rear heel starting to raise up, hold for a few seconds, and then rise back up. Repeat on both legs 10 times. You have lovely.
Very, very, very good. Ian always gives such a good advice. Yeah,
he is. And if you can do these exercises 2 to 3 times a day, each day, your ankle flexibility will improve significantly, and you'll be able to safely do squats as well as many other activities. Excellent. Right. Okay. And a smattering of Bayradian beauties here. Let's have a quick look at, and we will check my pronunciation as we do these. Oh, Posh. On the outskirts of Aveiro is the picturesque village of Posh. Paus, with its beautiful church. Why not visit and enjoy this festival full of music, magic, and games? And of course, Zumba. Always Zumba in the Bayrada capital of the world, I think, for Zumba. But bicycles through the ages, Mamarosa, Bustos, and Troviscal in the Bayrada as well. An exhibition of vintage Portuguese bicycles, fire engine bikes. Wow, the Bombeiros used to use bikes. That's an incredible image in my mind's eye. You can't carry much water on a bike. Tinkers, military, bakers, knife sharpeners, and loads more. That's going to be fabulous. And 13th to the 15th, starting today, then a Festival Silveiro and Oia in the Bayrada. Party time in Silveiro. That'll be going on till late, of course. The last few big parties before we have a little bit of a lull before we start for Christmas again. Caminhar na natureza. at the Alfusqueiro River Beach in Agda. That's a lovely little walk in nature there if you fancy getting away from the loud music and into nature. And finally, Festival of the Bacalhoeiros at the Udino Gardens in GDN. Where's that? Gafanha de Nazaré for just 18 euros. Whole day of interesting and fun events. Communal lunch, that's always going to be fun, having a communal lunch with Portuguese friends. This annual event celebrates the history of men and women who ventured into the icy waters of the North Atlantic fishing for cod that has marked Portugal's maritime identity. That sounds really special, doesn't it? The Bacalhoeiros, the Bacalhau fishers and collectors there. So thank you so much, Andy, for those.
And if I may, tomorrow in Panela, in Costa da Criveira, the wine in Costa da Criveira. So my friend Luis is starting the grape picking.
Very
so
good.
Tomorrow it's going to be the white grapes. And in 2 weeks, if anyone wants to join us and have a fantastic day, in the morning we pick grapes, in the afternoon we drink. We drink the wine.
Who wouldn't want to go do that with you? So great.
If anyone wants to participate in 2 weeks, because for tomorrow it's probably a bit too late, but in 2 weeks, on the 28th, we are going to pick the red grapes. And if you want to participate, you can get in touch with me. Or tell Carl if you want, and then Carl will tell me. And on the 21st, so next Saturday, we will have a free show of Fado here in Miranda do Corvo also. So in the center of the town, at Fonte dos Amores, the love fountain, Fonte dos Amores. And so it's an open air, in the open air, but it's usually a lovely. We do it in September every year, and it's a lovely opportunity to listen to Fado from Lisbon and Fado from Coimbra. So both kinds of
interesting,
Fado.
isn't it? There was a comparison.
21st of September. So
and if you're
and then
lucky,
next week, grape picking.
Yes, and if you're lucky, you can have your photograph taken with Filomena, as people like to do. This gentleman was lucky enough to find you and have his photo with you, right?
Well, Diogo Cancela, our hero.
Yes,
he won a bronze medal at the Paralympics in Paris, and just for some short, very short. He didn't win the silver, but he won the bronze medal, and he is a hero because
he's amazing.
He is an excellent boy. Apart from being an excellent athlete, he is such a sweet boy, and I also taught him some English when he was younger.
Oh, amazing! How lovely! And that's his civic reception, having come back to the
town. and it was a great a big reception that we waited for him. The flight had a 2-hour delay.
Oh no! Right,
the flight was delayed for 2 hours, but we waited for him, and it was a very good reception that he had. And there is something that is going to happen soon. Our local swimming pool is going to be called Swimming Piscina Diogo Cancela. We are going to give his name to the local swimming pool. Excellent. He deserves it.
Absolutely. And you might get to see him if you go to Miranda to go to the Fado event there. He may well be in town. Who knows?
Yes. And he is a very nice person.
Yes, absolutely. Last few comments then. Sorry, I know we're a bit over time. Heaven says this chat it's you that's making it scary, Heaven. Ray is here. What happened to travelers' checks? Oh, remember them?
And
Pigeon Post. We've done away with that. Oi, bom dia todos from Ubi. Good morning to you, Ubi.
Oi is Brazilian, okay?
Yeah,
Brazilian.
Come on, how about all our bom dia alegria when Filomena's here? I had an awesome weekend last week in Jerez, Lego and Chaves. Fantastic. Cheers, Ray.
And I was in Viana do Castelo.
Look at you with your filigree, because we didn't even talk about that either, did we? You've been up there to see a few gumpers as well.
Yes, I was with a few gumpers as well. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
in Ponte Lima.
So he's apologising for his lateness. When I'm at a cafe, and he wants to have a question asked, and he's late. How would I politely ask, may I have my croquette warmed up, microwaved, or is this simply not done?
Sim.
What's
Pode aquecer um pouco o meu croquete. Pode aquecer um pouco o meu croquete.
Okay.
Or you can say
Morno?
morno. Ou eu queria o croquete morno, por favor.
Morno.
You could say, queria um croquete morno, por favor.
Yes, that's when you get your chocolate milk warmed up as well. That's how I know that. Morno
Yeah.
is clear.
Yes.
So Travanca. Oh, this is the
The weather.
Yeah, okay. So not quite as warm as you, but looking pretty good there.
Yeah, it's more or less the same area, but yeah.
Okay. And similarly, you're a cheeky Uber. You turn up late and then you're asking loads of questions.
Yeah, the question should be an hour ago.
Yeah, Uber, cheeky monkey. Okay, there's the that should say Gmail, but you get the gist.
Gmail.
Mail.
Mail, but mail.
Gmail.com if you want to go on the Great King. And yes, finally then. Oh, I used to work at Beitas in Miranda. so-
Beatas. Ah.
Okay.
Mm.
And have a great weekend, everyone. So yeah, we've got to that point where we wish you all a bon fin de semana. Até a
Bom fim de
próxima.
semana.
See you Monday with James. He's going away for a
Divirtam-se. Divirtam-se.
Diversos. He loves
Divirtam-se.
saying that. Yeah, have fun, everybody, and thank you, Filomena, for being with us, despite your
Ciao.
poorly throat. I hope the filigree is helping nicely as well on your throat chakra there. Go and have a rest. Have a lovely weekend. Bon fin de semana to you.
Well,
And
I'm going to have some lessons, so that's my rest.
oh, really? It's gonna give him a written test.
No,
Give them
but
a
I
written-
love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
We know you do. We know you do. Take care. Bye for now. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Gracias, vecinos. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao.
Beijinhos.
In Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know. Carl rings the bell and the members show to the GMP morning show. Featured guests will come and they will blow your mind. The audience will do so in kind. The little vanity mixed with some insanity on the morning show with GMP.